And this story about jars of oil offers an illustration of a spiritual truth, which is that all of us are sustained through borrowed vessels. We're all sustained through borrowed vessels. We depend on them. We're given DNA from our parents. We're shaped by our caregivers in our early years. We are poured into by coaches and teachers and mentors. We breathe in oxygen released by plant life across the planet. We're nourished by food that is grown and harvested by farmers around the world. We're cared for by modern medicine and its collective knowledge accumulated over generations. We're taught by others who came before us. We build on what others have done and learned and experienced. And we get to pour our oil into those around us, to give our gifts and our perspectives, to participate in the network of give and take that is our human life. I wonder if that's the miracle in this story, that this woman leans on her neighbors. She borrows their empty vessels, and in the process, she discovers how much she has to give too. I wonder if that's the miracle Elisha himself experienced, not being able to fix this woman's situation himself, but directing her toward community, directing her to be part of leaning on others and of sharing herself with them. I wonder if the miracle is that though we're vulnerable, though we hurt sometimes, though others can cause us harm, still we are part of a network of neighbors. We pour into one another. We receive from one another. God's grace is poured out. When I'm feeling weighed down by the pains of the world, or the pains of people I know, or the pains in my own heart, I'm taking on a practice of looking around my office and re-noticing the many borrowed vessels there. When I re-notice those vessels, I think of the neighbors who shared them. And when I think of the neighbors who shared them, God seems to fill those empty vessels with joy and connection, even if just a little bit. Those borrowed vessels may just offer the sustaining something that I'm longing for. So as Lent begins, I invite you to re-notice with me. Re-notice the borrowed vessels in your life. Maybe the physical objects you have in your living room that remind you of people you love. Maybe the coffee mugs that reflect places you've traveled. Maybe a vase that delivered flowers from a neighbor when you were grieving. Maybe the communion chalice or the baptismal font here in this church that are sacramental vessels holding visible signs of the invisible grace of God that is with us from the beginnings of our lives until their endings.